What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for you. Chantal is back cooking, but this is not officially a cooking video. This is an Arab breakfast. So, for those of you keeping track at home, despite not knowing the language, she does know the food. We start off with a hameo. We see her in the kitchen where she warns right away there's a fruit fly infestation. She said she's going to be cooking a traditional Syrian breakfast. This is simple and fast, nothing from scratch, just staple foods. And just understand this is supposed to be cooked for her husband. We'll get to that as far as who it was cooked for at the end. She starts off with fava beans. She says you can add sausage, you can add peppers, but Salah doesn't like that. So she has some cans of pre-made that he does like. We then get some eggs, which she is going to make to Salah's specification. And apparently this is done by adding tons of oil to a cold pan because, according to her, the pan's nonstick is not good. And I just want to take a minute to talk about this refrigerator because the kitchen is cramped as it is. This door should have been flipped a long time ago. It opens, as you'll see in this video, towards the stove, not towards the wall. So it's taking this cramped area and it's making it even more restrictive. This is literally a 5-minute fix and the door is designed to be flipped. So why Salah hasn't done this, I'll never know. She then shows the carburetor cleaner she used to clean the stove. I honestly don't know how anyone could make this confusion between carburetor cleaner and stove or oven cleaner. She does say, however, when turning on the element, you can still smell some of the residual carburetor cleaner left on it. She offers that it might even still be smoking. None of this is healthy. None of this should be having food prepared around it. And I cannot imagine that if she did really use that much carb cleaner, that the room has had proper time to air out, given how small it is after just a handful of hours. She said she's going to be frying some mushrooms as well. And because the kitchen is so cramped, she literally has to yell at us off frame to not be concerned about her use of canned vegetables. But she's in a land where she constantly projects has all this fresh produce. She fries the mushrooms in what must be lukewarm at best oil. She gets the egg seasoned with salt and pepper and adds the beans while singing. And then, of course, we need to get over to the French fries. Now, the French fries may be the most disturbing part of this whole meal because we finally see inside the freezer, knowing all the food they've been buying, which is apparently full of pita bread, and she just puts her flipper into that freezer and takes handfuls and throws them in an open package directly from the freezer into the air fryer. They have to be freezer burnt. They have to have absorbed other odors in the freezer. And how lazy do you have to be to just not seal something? Have a container that would seal it. She then adds processed cheese to the eggs for its tangy flavor, which, if it's not for you, why do you care about the tangy flavor? She shows the prepared platter, and let me just say, she is covered in sweat. She shows the food on the table while just gasping for air, having moved it from the kitchen to the living room, dining room, family room. She does her best little boozy and wipes herself down so that she can eat. Now, she starts off by eating the cheese and the tomato because it's her favorite. Now, I just want to take a minute to recall this was supposed to be a traditional Syrian breakfast for Salah. Salah is nowhere to be found. Chantal is using the pita and the French fries to scoop up food, and she's fighting back the cat who is up on the table, not just watching, but also eating both the meat and the pita. Chantal frantically uses her flipper to push Julia back and then throws a piece of meat for Julia on the floor. So let me get this straight. King Beezer, if you will, has a breakfast made for him. The platter is set out on the table where both Chantal and the cat get to pick through it, before Salah comes out to eat what must be a room temperature breakfast. This is why no one believes anything that you say, Chantal. Simply just tell us you're making breakfast for yourself. Salah isn't there. It'll be okay. Moving forward, this video was done about 3 hours ago. An hour after it went up, all of a sudden Chantal started making community posts. She does this, of course, about reaction channels, which apparently she doesn't watch. And we start with FFG. I can recommend some chin spanks if you want. Also, why the F are you commenting on what I eat? You didn't get this way eating an entire pineapple for dinner. Just saying. Chantal, when you use someone's looks against them, it proves to us that no matter what you say, you are concerned about how people perceive your looks. Moving forward, listen, SpongeBob, there's no way you have the nerve to try to lecture your audience on my morality and behavior when you are sleeping with that. I think everyone knows. I think everyone's made their decision with what's happened, and I would imagine most people have elected to simply not support our channel. Why Chantal deems it necessary to bring this up when everyone has already made their own choice is beyond me. I guess if nothing else, it's simply to make herself feel better, which I guess if that's what you need to do to get through your day, more power to you. And then, of course, we go back to FFG. So this person repeatedly says my hands look like trotters. Seems a bit hypocritical, no? The only thing Girl World knows what to do best is project. And no, this isn't photoshopped. It's a literal screenshot. Haven't looked in a mirror in years, huh? This is why I make the conservative effort to call her hands flippers, because I feel it's much more respectful than trotters. Again, Chantal, when you project that you are concerned about these things, it lets us know that you're concerned about these things. And moreover, if you're on this health journey, if you're sitting there, if you're happy with your husband, if you're having this grand breakfast that you've prepared for the two of you, why are you sitting there worried about what anyone is saying online? More when you sit there and tell us just about daily, it's not worth your time, your energy. You've got more important things to do, because you do have more important things to do, which is focus on your health. And hopefully, as I wrap up this video, you will have more important things to do, because I am hoping that Dank Fupa put out episode 2. Episode 1 was great. I've kind of made my own little edit here, blending in one of my favorite cartoons growing up. But the first cartoon was so impressive, so much detail in that cartoon that resonates with anyone that follows Girl World. I was really hoping that episode 2 would be up. Instead, we got a teaser trailer, which I assumed initially was the episode up early, so literally fit the definition of teaser trailer. But hopefully you'll go check out their channel. An incredible job with the cartoon, the artistry, and again, just knowing the subject they're covering. I'm going to leave you with the top comments from the last video. Appreciate you watching this, and be back as soon as I can with more content.